Welcome back to another episode of Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. I hope everyone's doing well out there. My name is Leon Starcrest. I am your host with the most. Booba!
He's bullying.
Not really. I just admire it a lot. Anyway, let's jump back into it, shall we? Well, I guess if you consider, my characters that I present on stream, or, yeah. You know, sure. But when you compare me to other FF14 and PSO2 NGS players, I'm pretty vanilla actually. I'm pretty tame. Not a bad thing, just saying. I don't have the most booba. Surprisingly, I don't. Anyway. Oh! I almost forgot. I gotta do something real quick before we jump back into the story. I was gonna log in on Zera for a bit. Just for a quick second, because I want to give a special shout out to a special someone. So, Pizza Maid just had her stream. So I decided to start a little later because I was eating when she started her stream, and I decided to just, oh look who's here. It's Ayla. Ayla was there. See what I mean? I'm not the one with the most booba. Those are... Holy shit. Is this Kagarisu with his chainsaw sword? Yes, it is. Anyway, so I gotta give a big shout out. So, Pizza Maid, first of all, you know, wonderful streamer. You should check her out. But there was a little someone else who came by that I didn't know was a streamer until after the stream was over. I just gave him a follow. They showed us their creative space, which I'm gonna show in a second. Give me 1 second, make sure I'm not echoing or anything. He's online right now. Let me get his name so I can give him a shout out. Okay, I see his name here. Alright, so. What was his creative space? If we go to visited, it should be there. There it is. Emperor Zafkiel. Emperor's Universe. Check this out. He came onto Pizza Stream and invited us all there. And I have screenshots of this. But basically, this was the estate he invited us to. Some good shit, look. I think he has it set so it rotates the time right now. Oh, he's also streaming right now, so... But I think he's creating a new space. He's somewhere else. I don't think he's in this one. Or he might just be in a different section of this one. But it's like, you know, it's got a little bit of everything. Castle interior. You know, some regal stuff, because his name is Emperor Zafkiel. I'm just gonna do a quick run through of what I saw on Pizza Maid's stream. And I'm sure she'll put up the VOD for it, because it is for NGS, and she puts up VODs for most of the games she plays. So I'm sure there'll be a VOD for it on her channel if you want to check it out. We're running around here. Yeah, here we go. We got a nightclub space. There's a little dance floor. And that may look small, but it's actually bigger than you think. The Round Table Courthouse. He just mentioned this. Pizza Maid rated him right after her stream. And he mentioned what this was. The Round Table. It's him and a few other NGS content creators. I forgot what the purpose of it was, but like they formed like this little committee he called the Round Table here. He can tell you more about that. And then, yeah, so here's the nightclub, right? You notice you can't go in. So if you push R2, then you get the real nightclub. We got booths, sound systems everywhere. Turntables for the DJ. The actual proper dance floor. That looks a lot like the mini one that was demonstrated outside. I fucking love venues and nightclubs. I went to a lot of them in FF14 before I became a regular streamer. A lot of FF14 streamers back in the like late Shadowbringers, early Endwalker days when the big like WoW exodus happened. There was a lot of streamers who would, or at least some of the ones I followed, who have gone on to do other things now. they would actually hang out in nightclubs, and so they would like sometimes co-stream. Well, that wasn't really much of a thing yet, but they would kind of like hang out with the DJ streamers for FF14. Wasn't there a teleporter here or something in this cage? I want to. There was like a hidden warp somewhere around here. That's what I was trying to find right now, but I can't find it. He's got hidden stuff. I mean, just this walkway alone. Like, how do you do this? How do you make an invisible walkway? Well, there was something. There was a hidden warp somewhere that takes you to an even higher spot than this. That was pretty cool. So you got the bar for drinks. Like, it really does remind me of oh yeah, the pool here. I forgot about the pool. But yeah, it does remind me of the FF14 nightclub days. I went to quite a few with or without like Twitch streamers, but I got introduced to a lot of them and the DJs themselves with FF14 streamers. They were kind of variety, but they were mostly FF14 streamers, and then they were forced into variety when the content drought for FF14 happened. Which, it's not like they stopped adding content to the game, they stopped adding it as frequently. That's what really happened to FF14, is the fact that the patch cycles got too long. And that's what drove a lot of streamers away, and what drove a lot of players away recently too. The patch cycles just got way too slow. They went from doing content patches like every 3 months to like 4.5 months. 4 to 4.5 months once Endwalker started, and I think that's why like midway to late Endwalker before Dawn Trail appeared, like a lot of people just got burnt out and exhausted because of just waiting for new content basically. And it didn't help that Dawn Trail's story didn't hit with most people, so then at that point there was a massive drop-off. How the hell did I get back from here? I just realized I don't even know how to get back. It was not to the pool, right? There was somewhere else. Where did I even come from? Oh, it's this way. Chateau Tempest Station. Please party to your heart's content. Thanks to the Emperor. Yeah, she cute. Anyway. Yeah, that's this space. This is for the door, right? There was one more area he showed us. I'll see if I can find it real quick. Took me a while to find my way out of there. Just because I was distracting myself rambling. Yeah, we checked this place out. Wait, where does this go? Another way outside. I think the only thing I forgot to show in this one was the rooftop terrace. I might have jumped off of there. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I think it was something like that. It just slid right off. I didn't know you couldn't walk on that. Yeah, this was my favorite spot, I think. When we were here. He had it set to nighttime. I think right now it's actually just flowing like normal time or whatever. Or he might have locked it to daytime because he wanted to show off some more stuff. But yeah, it's got some other stuff on the side. It's good stuff. It's a work in progress, so I think he plans to add more furniture to even these little houses over here. The dude's making like a whole neighborhood and shit. Crazy. Anyway, that's the gist of it, at least of what I remember from it. I don't think there's any other bigger highlights that I can think of right now. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh, that door doesn't work. No, that door apparently doesn't work. Yep, that's it. There's the other nightclub. So that's the actual nightclub you get teleported to when you go to, right there. When you hit the button over there, you get warped. Get sent up there. Good shit. Alright, so yeah, let me give him a shout out. Shout out to Emperor's Athkill. Okay, I have the spelling over here. There it is. A shout out for Emperor Zafkiel, an official NGS, PSO2 NGS content creator. He's the one who made this space, which is beautiful. And I just wanted to show that before we got back into the swing of things. Good stuff. I can't wait to come back here during an actual like club night or something. I'm gonna have to follow him on social media and see if like when he does like. I don't think he said he DJs, but he's friends with other official NGS content creators that are DJs. So I'm sure he's got the lowdown on that stuff. We'll check. Maybe we'll check it out on stream. Kind of like the FF14 content creators I talked about from back then, who hung out at. They went to go visit nightclubs once in a while on stream. If I did do that though, it'd be kind of jank because since I like to keep VODs of, you know, what I do, I would have to mute the music and then play like my own music, essentially. Anyway. Yeah, nothing's changed around here. It's just, you know, the usual. Anyway. Yeah, the usual stuff. Nothing to see here. It's all, you know. Let me reset my camera settings. There we go. Alright. Let's get back to it. Oof, now where were we? We finished that annoying Chapter 6 mission, which is hopefully, and I would be very grateful if it is, hopefully the only one that's like that. From what I saw on, you know, the interwebs when I was looking that stuff up on stream yesterday or whatever. It sounded like it was the only one that's that annoying. It sounded like it. Hey look, it's Ash, the main character on the box art for PSO Classic. Neat. Alright, so we left off on the task called Aina's Apprehension. Where do we gotta go for this? We're gonna go talk to her on the beach, apparently. Lacau Coast. I'm gonna knock out two birds with one stone here if I can.
Good to see ya.
I don't know how much fighting we'll do, but just in case.
Let's do this again.
Address. Oh, I don't think I ever assigned my style points. Let me do that real quick too.
Thanks for stopping by.
Damn, I love the music here. Okay, I did it. I signed it.
Good luck.
That flirty saxophone. Holy shit. That is, very, bountiful.
He's pulling his cock out.
That's all I'll say. Very bountiful. Get the hell out of here. Away from these hedonistic temptations. Be gone, thoughts! You shall not corrupt my mind. Too late for that. Just in case this is a daily. I doubt it, but... Well, it is for Leia May, which I just accepted, but... I mean one of the regular dailies. It's not. It would have already triggered at that point. Okay. Aina!
Dylan.
Damn, she's deep in thought. I'm gonna surprise her, aren't I? Hey, are you okay?
What?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hey. Sorry, I was just thinking about some stuff.
I like her new look. She looks amazing now. I think she got a better glow up than Manon. Manon's new look is amazing also compared to her old one. But Aina got the biggest glow up, honestly. I think she won the upgrade that they gave them both. That could just be though, that I'm more partial to Ina's hairstyle and hair color rather than the overall outfit. Because her hairstyle and hair color I like a lot more than Manon's new one. But I do like that Manon's is more... Her new hairstyle compared to her old one. It's a lot more like spiky pointy. Like when you see the... You know... It's a lot more pointed. I actually kind of like that. Used to be more sort of soft. Ina's also went in a similar direction, but I feel like it's a little bit more stylish, or at least more for my taste. It's really cool. Anyway, what's on your mind?
Well, it's about training. I've never actually done
really
any
cool.
formal arcs training myself. And my dad never taught me anything about fighting and stuff either. After I became a defender, I just kinda tagged along with you and Manon. And I just sorta developed my own style in the process.
The shoes.
So, I'm having a hard time conveying my experience to the new recruits. I've always just gone by feel and, like, how do you communicate that?
I'm with her on this, actually.
I try really hard, but they just look at me like I'm an alien or something. I don't know what I'd do if Dozer wasn't there to help out. I really need to work on my communication skills.
Well, that was something I was
What am I
going to comment
supposed to do?
Oh, here we go. So what I was going to say is just because you learn something really well, especially if you learn it like she did, intuitively, doesn't mean you're automatically going to be a good teacher of that subject. There's some people who can learn a subject, whatever it is, like really, really well, but then communicating it, teaching it to other people, it's a whole nother ballgame, you know? So I totally get where she's coming from, because I feel like I would be the same way with a lot of things that I know. It would be difficult to... Yeah, it would be difficult to communicate or teach. I would be kind of like in the same place as her. Like, I just kind of... I don't... You know, like if you don't really think about how you're doing what you're doing, and you just do it by intuition, like what she's explaining, you can't even explain it to yourself. You're like, I just do this. I don't really know how I do this, you know? Like, so if you can't even teach it to yourself, how are you going to teach it to someone else? You know, I get where she's coming from. I'm sure she already does ask Dozer for help, because she just said he's there, so... Why don't you try asking around, I guess? Kind of a weird answer choice.
Asking around? Yeah, that might work. But who to ask?
Maybe the guy you just mentioned? Dozer?
Oh, I've got it! I mean, who else, right?
Right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Bruh.
Oh, this will be good. I gotta run, okay?
Basically, I picked the...
Bye. Thanks for always listening.
Bye! Have a great time! Basically, I picked the long-winded answer. I picked the answer that made her take longer to get to the same answer if I had just picked the other one, you know? I should have just picked Ask Dozer. Kuka says, hey, been a while. Kuka, Mary tells me you've been keeping pretty busy. Actually, it sounds like you've been on her mind lately. It'd be great if you could stop by the lodge the next time you're in Caveris. I think Mary would like that. So when I saw the camera zoomed out, I knew what was coming, so I started running immediately. There's people over here. Who's over here? I'm taking that. Here, attack these guys. I'm out. They're both like not even fully loaded in. Jesus. Oof. Where are we going? Caveris Lodge? Alright. He's coming. Those boss enemies can chase you very long distances. Very long distances. Some of them are more persistent than others. I just teleported away as soon as I got the chance. Oh. Okay.
Oh, nice to see you!
Auto cutscene.
I wish I had known.
Hi.
I would have prepared something. How
it's
are
all
things
good.
going in Alio? Ilma's there now. I hope he's not getting in your way.
No, not at all. Not really sure what he's up to now. He works on his research day and night. He even had me do a couple things for him. And only one of his errands was actually kind of annoying, but the rest were fine.
Yep,
Cool.
that's our Ilma.
Yep.
As long as it's keeping him out of trouble. That's fine with me.
Debatable.
But if he starts being a headache, you let me know.
They knew, man. The fact that she said that, they knew.
Oh, by the way, Ina stopped by. Not too long ago.
Really? I just talked to her. What for?
She wanted to ask me about any battle training I had done. She told me she's a training instructor in Alio now. She's so kind, I think it's a good fit for her. Anyway, I told her about how our grandpa taught us to fight. The 5 of us are all so different, you know? That was hard for Grandpa to deal with. He used to always talk about the importance of recognizing our strengths and weaknesses. If one approach didn't work, he'd move on and try something else. And in turn, patiently came up with unique training plans for each one of us. Come to think of it, if Grandpa had been heavy-handed about it, the 5 of us probably would have all turned out the same way. When I shared this with Ina, she said, "Oh my gosh, I've only been thinking about myself." And then she took off running.
I see.
had so much more to share with her too. So, how are you doing?
You had an epiphany
I'd
at
love
that point.
to hear about what you've been up to lately.
Yeah, I got time. I'll tell you. Fade to black. There it is. Naruto says, "Pardon the interruption. We're having some trouble with Starless in the lower level of Maquad. I hate to impose, but your help would be a great boon to us." Thank you. Alright. The wifey's calling for help. She's gonna get it. What? Rand says projectile spotted overhead. Oh, this is just an open world thing. It's a trial that just crash landed somewhere, yeah. Anyway. So I think, yeah, Ina just had a revelation about how to actually teach someone, which is try to like cater to that person and their learning style, and in this case their combat style too, rather than just trying to share her own experiences and what works for her, because what works for one person doesn't work for another. So she's learning how to teach, or about to start learning how to teach properly, thanks to what Mary said. That's good stuff. I like that. Alright. They got us going all over the place now. Now I'll actually teleport, rather than, you know. Yeah, whatever. I was gonna crank down the level, but it's like, eh. That's a little cheesy. We'll go to the appropriate rank. You have to defeat Starless anyway, so you can't crank the rank down too far. Otherwise, it's only gonna be dolls. I like that the rank reflects your story progress like that, though. Like, by the time the players are this level, they'll probably be this far into the story, so make sure the enemies are Starless, and it ties into the quest. I like that they did that. That's a nice touch. For, like, the open combat zones, you know? Oh. That was a fuck up. Somebody fighting over here? No, because I'm the only person out of 8 people that can be in here. honestly speaking, it is actually pretty hard to tell the difference between the Starless and the dolls. Quite a lot. When I look at these guys, they look exactly like the dolls. And then I've only now started paying attention a little bit to like the details in some of their body parts to see how they're different. But for the most part, yeah, they're. Yeah, so it looks like the Starless have I don't know what to call it. It's red and purple glow here. And the dolls is just like a blue and red. Like this. There's a little bit of like texture difference here and there too, you know? But it's not a dramatic difference between them, which they pointed out was obviously on purpose, you know? Alright, let's see what we missed in terms of dialogue. Let me get out of here because that's just gonna spam my chat. Where are we headed next? Alright, let me see. What'd they say? Okay, so when I defeated the last one, Nadara said... She said, your assistance was invaluable. You have my thanks. I am even further in your debt. Bunch of system messages. And then she said, do not hesitate to ask if you ever require my assistance. I am happy to assist at any time. Farewell for now. And then Crawford called us and he said, do you have a moment? I had a little chat with Dozer about Aina. Okay. He says, it sounds like he has something on his mind. You should pay him a visit when you have a chance. Okay, so we're here to talk to, we're here to talk to Aina again. Or no, Dozer. There. I can switch it to character and then just see the NPCs, basically. Character refers to the NPCs. I can get rid of the system chat, the system message spam. I learned something. Okay. So Dozer's over there, I'm guessing. What the fuck is this light show? Ruskina says, hi, I'm Ruskina in Central City. I'd like to ask you for a favor. I've set out a bunch of tames traps. Ah, that's what that is. Never seen that trial before. Must be an exploration thing only. Because it, you know, tames. I'm pretty sure tames do not appear in combat sectors for obvious reasons. Those are exploration zone enemies. Because they're not technically enemies. They're just wild animals that we can prey on for food. Unlike dolls, which are actual enemies that we can't eat. We just kill them in self-defense. It's a food chain, man. They don't try to kill us to eat us, but they do try to kill us, so... Thank you, I appreciate the help. Somebody must have completed the trial. Just got a bunch of the gathering shit. Right before it triggered the cutscene, so I waited until all that passed before... That's why I couldn't move. I literally couldn't move, I was trying to move. It was just because I had triggered the cutscene, but the game wanted to wait until all the trial dialogue was over. That's good that they designed it that way.
You're here.
I am. What's up, dude?
Don't tell me. You want to know about Aina.
Of course. How's she doing?
You sure like worrying about people, huh?
That's my job. I'm the guardian.
Not that I'm one to talk. Don't worry. She's doing just fine. Obviously, she's still a bit rough around the edges, but that's to be expected. At first, she was pretty clueless about teaching. Now, she's really trying to tailor her instruction to each trainee's strengths. She's made real progress. No, I get the feeling someone gave her some pointers.
Oh, me? Well, actually, it was Mary. She said something that triggered a thought in Ina's mind and gave her an epiphany.
How about that? Mary told her about Lysus's teaching methods, huh?
Yep.
Ina must have a real knack for this to shift gears so quickly. Makes sense. I mean, she learned to fight just by watching you and Manon. Thought I might need to step in and help her, but maybe that won't be necessary. I can sit back and watch her work. You keep an eye on her too, okay?
Alright, buddy. Will do.
Are you there?
What?
It's
Yeah?
Manon.
What about
She's
her?
unconscious.
What the?
She's not waking up.
What the fuck?
Oh god.
You need to come to Central Tower right now.
This must obviously be a consequence of what we were talking about before. Her overstressing herself, burning out, using her power too much or whatever. You know, all that stuff they were talking about? Yeah, that's gotta be... This is the inevitable consequence it was leading to. That plot point, I mean. I'm coming! Not in that way. I mean, I'm actually heading over there.
Manon's body could not keep up with her constant use of Overboost.
Clearly.
Overboost puts an incredible amount of strain on the body. That's why it's never meant to be used outside of emergencies.
She knew this, didn't she? And she
An
still did it.
emergency power.
Unbelievable.
This chick was low-key trying to commit suicide. Like, that's how she was trying to make up for that one guy sacrificing himself for her and for all the damage that she felt she did by going along with Zephyro. She was trying to commit suicide through suicidal heroic acts by helping and saving people through excessive force until she eventually burned out. That was the way she thought she could atone. There's no way she didn't know this would happen. How could I have been so oblivious? I'm gonna say this. We should have stopped her.
But would she have even listened?
Mm-mm.
Manon's just...
No, it would have been
She
futile, but...
was trying so hard. And her research was going so well. She'd finally won everyone over to...
Basically, she was punishing herself is what she was doing.
I am also at fault here. I warned her several times, but I never convinced her to stop.
Oh, Manon.
Yeah.
Hey, Varia.
She felt like she deserved
Manon
it.
will be okay, right?
Her
Uh-oh.
situation is rather dire.
What?
Jesus.
What do you mean by dire?
Means she might die, dude. It's bad.
Overboost consumes a large amount of photons each time it is used. Once all of the body's photons are depleted, there can be permanent effects.
Making for a difficult recovery.
Precisely.
Is there a cure?
I do not know.
No. No. Manon.
I think I might have an idea.
We're all ears.
Manon's
Vilma?
symptoms reminded me of something. This is one of my grandpa's documents that I found in Lost Central. There's a section on photon deficiency in here. Apparently, it was a common affliction among Ark's defenders during the war. And this has info on how to recover from it.
That makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
there's hope for Manon?
Lysis really was amazing.
Yeah.
The thing is... unfortunately, it might be a little too early to celebrate.
Huh?
The treatment requires a special kind of photon crystal. The document calls it luminescine. But there's nothing on where to find it, or even what it looks like.
Luminescine? I've never heard of it.
Same here. Is that information reliable?
There's a chemical equation here that uses the crystal, so I think it must be. But we still don't know what to look for.
We have a difficult search ahead.
Well, there's gotta be a clue somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. We can't just stand here. We need to act. Someone might know something.
Yeah, we
Who
gotta ask
knows?
around.
We could even just stumble across it. It probably looks like Resticine, right?
Okay, slow down, Aina.
Then we try everything we can think of.
That's just getting too...
Agreed. I'll keep looking for other documents.
Please, allow me to assist you with that.
And I'll mobilize the research team, too.
Let's do this. Help is on the way, Manon.
I like how without her full outfit on, her hair almost went back to what it used to look like. Man, I mean... Aina says, where can we find Luminescine? Maybe we can try asking around in Central City. You know those people who are always talking near the fountain by the lodgings? Those are Europeans. Oh, wait, you don't mean the players, you mean the NPCs. Right. Right.
Bruh.
Let's split up and try asking them. Oh, she made it too easy, man. She made it too easy. These people, the NPCs, the actual NPCs, not the other players that are sometimes around here. So these guys. Yeah, so when Aina was saying maybe it looks just like Resticine or something, so let's just go look for that, you know, like let's just go look for look around for like glowing plant-like structures that just vaguely look like it might be it. Like that's how you end up getting someone killed. If you don't know your botany, don't fuck around with plants. You might eat a poisoned one and kill yourself or something by accident. Let's start with Kenting. Kenting says, there's something you wanted to ask me? Luminescine? I think I've heard of it. Oh, that's right. Quilla. She was really excited about some new thing they just found. And she loves digging into new discoveries. You've helped her out with her research before, right? Yeah. Anyway, you should definitely try talking to her.
Later.
Alright. Luminescine. I talked to Quilla about that. She probably knows more than I do. Yeah, says you're a rookie, yeah? You should try all kinds of things while you're still new. This is old dialogue from like chapter 1. It'll help you settle into your own style. Yeah. Oh, control settings. Nice. Tutorials with the NPCs. What if I talk to him again? Okay, still says the same thing.
See ya.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna go talk to Quilla then. says, ah, look who it is. Don't tell me. You're here to ask me about Luminosine, right? How did she know? What? I've been curious about it ever since I found these messages a while back. Quote unquote, we were so absorbed in our search that we didn't notice the sun go down. You mean like it's doing right now? Perhaps because the location was always dimly lit. It was not safe there, so we decided to turn back before we ran into trouble. That's when we saw something that looked like Restasine shining brightly from beneath a rock. Okay, so Aina was on the money. He'll be happy to know that. We thought it might be the elusive Luminosine from the rumors. But when we went back the next day, we were unable to find it again. Perhaps our eyes had deceived us. Willa says these were written quite a long time ago, but no one paid much attention to them. But that beneath a rock part suggests that it must have been somewhere rocky. And the "it was not safe there" bit may be referring to the Stia volcanic zone. That's a hell of an assumption, considering every zone has had danger. But sure, that is the most imposing and dangerous looking of places, yeah. Aquila says, why don't you go check?
Alrighty then.
Alright. Anything else? Do you want to hear the messages again? Oh, okay, then she told him. Wasn't a real question. She'll repeat it anyway.
Alrighty then.
She says, there you have it. In case you want the clue again. I love the Rattan music. I can't get over it. What the fuck is this? Holy shit. Hi! I haven't had time to even hunt those off stream. That's why I still don't have them all. I got really busy the last month. Not gonna get any better starting next week. Oh shit, I gotta get up there. Left. Okay, there's one up there. Where's the last one, though? Doesn't seem like anything's there. Always dimly lit. Maybe because it's hard for sunlight to shine through? What about Resil Forest? Alright, hold on, Quilla. Let me open the last one of these fucking things. I don't even hear the damn thing. Where is it? I gotta hear the humming of it. Oh, I hear it. I hear it. Somewhere around here. There you are. There we go. Forgot to hold down the jump button. He wants me to check Resil Forest now. Well, that place is cozy. Comfy cozy. Yeah, nice and chill. Although this feels like a random shot in the dark though. The way she said, why not Resil Forest? Just out of nowhere. It's like, okay. We're just throwing darts at the board and seeing what sticks, basically. That was Aina's plan the whole time, so I guess she'll be happy to know that's what we're doing, I suppose. Willa says no luck? Kind of running out of ideas. Jesus, fuck. Why don't you come back here for a bit? I'd love to. Let me just get the hell out of here first. A weird drop. That dude just smacked me in the face like...
Surprise, motherfucker! You bastard!
He got my ass.
That.
Well, it says good to see you back. Sorry to make you run around all over the place. Well, let's think about this. It's always dimly lit and not safe, right? Yep. The only other place we haven't tried yet are Retem and Caveris. Okay, so whenever the sun is going down here in Retem, my computer starts to take off like a rocket engine for some reason. Willa says dimly lit. Oh, maybe it's in a cave? But there are tons of caves. I know, why not search the Caveris mountain roads? I have a good feeling about this. I'll check it out.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Need to say something.
Oh man, you're awake, what the fuck?
Varia told me
What's up?
that you're all trying to help me.
Yeah, that's true, we're trying to save your life.
You're all working so hard for someone like me.
See? The same thing she said about that one guy who killed... no, he didn't kill himself. He sacrificed himself to save her.
You don't need to.
Are you sure, Manon? Or you just don't want us to? Are you trying to, like, repent and atone for your sins by killing yourself off in a heroic fashion, basically? Martyring yourself? That's not how you atone.
Manon? Oh. She seems to have lost consciousness again. I urged her not to, but she insisted on speaking to you. It's clear that you mean a great deal to her. Find the luminous sign. It's the only chance she has.
Alrighty then.
Caveris mountain roads. Alright. And yeah, I mean... we've been through a lot together, the three of us. It makes sense why she would, you know, value us so highly. Me and Aina, I mean. Hello? Oh, fuck. Must be underneath. Yeah. Here we go. I think Luminescine probably looks a lot like Resticine. Keep your eyes peeled. Exactly what Aina said. That's convenient. Willa says, really? Another miss? Wait. Hold on. We didn't notice the sun go down. Could there be a hint in there? Wonder if maybe you can only find it at night. I see something glowing here. It's about to be nighttime. Right there. The music's changing because it's transitioning to nighttime. Oh! The hell? It worked! It worked! There, to sound like Leon from Resident Evil 2. Willa says, wait, isn't that it? Amazing! It really exists! Why didn't we find it until now? That's not the point. Hurry up and take it to them. Okay, I'm going. Jesus. I mean, she's right though. The time is of the essence. We gotta go save her. I'm coming, Manon. Don't die.
we found some luminescine. There's just one small problem.
It looks like the amount we have probably isn't enough.
Not enough?
It did restore some of her depleted endogenous photons, but it is insufficient to cure her.
You're kidding me. How much more do we need?
We don't know the exact amount. All we know is that we need as much as we can find.
I know what it looks like, so whatever it takes.
Right. Even if we have to go to the ends of Halpha.
Just knowing what it looks like now is a boon.
Yeah.
Notify all Ark's defenders and request their assistance. They're all worried about her too. I'm sure they'll be happy to help.
I'll mobilize all available Retem defenders as well.
I'll deploy Stias. And I'll have the research team hurry and find us a location.
Thank you all. Now, let's get out and keep looking.
You son of a bitch.
Manon's Lifeline. Collect luminescine at night. 0 out of 5. Lulan says, do you have a moment? As previously discussed, luminescine is found in shadowy places, like caves, for example. I've identified such locations for you. I've also updated your active sonar. Your sonar will now pick up luminescine. Remember, luminescine can only be found at night. Mags are equipped with a function known as active sonar. They'll indicate the location of undiscovered cocoons and towers in the field through their orientation and feedback intervals. Yeah, remember. This chick looks like she came out of World of Warcraft or something. Overall character design reminded me of that. I think it's just the purple skin color, honestly. All right, so we have our task marker locations. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 5th one? Well, maybe we have to get the other 4 first. Yeah, I only see 4. Okay, let's start here. Let's do this fast, because apparently it's only at nighttime. I think I actually walked in on Pizza Mate doing this story quest, which means I'm getting close to where she is in the story. But it was months ago when she played NGS. I joined in on one of those streams as Zera. I was playing as Zera. It was actually months ago, yeah. This might have been back in like October. So she's probably gotten a lot further in the story now since then. But she was doing this because I didn't have any context, because I luckily didn't walk in on like a cutscene or anything. But I recognized the name Manon's Lifeline and the luminescine at night thing. Although I didn't remember the name of it, the luminescine, I do remember she was talking about how she was having trouble collecting all the luminescine. She was talking about this plant she needed to get at night. That was pretty much all the context I had for it. And that was it. What do you want me to do here? Let me turn off other sonars just to make sure we don't get distracted by things we don't need to be worried about. Like that. Okay, good. So it's this way. Oh, there it is. And it says, looks like you found some luminescine. Yeah, I did. I did too. Let's find some more. Now what is it locating? I don't think it's luminescine. Is there like a Ryuker device or something that I didn't get, but oh, no, there's more. Oh, so we don't actually have to go to all the locations. You can actually find more than one at each task marker. Oh, that's cool. Okay. And yeah, it does look just like Rest Design. It's just more colorful. Ah. You hear that? Adi says, we found some Luminous Sign too. And he says, we did as well. We will do our utmost to preserve it. Iva says, we're doing well on our end too. I'll try going a little deeper. Dude, everyone's pitching in, man. Everyone's coming through for Manon. That's amazing. Okay, we got 2 left. Okay. There's nothing left here. Let's go to, well, I remember seeing Pizza Maid pick up a couple over here. This is where... I think I helped her camp some out here and here. Again, I had very little context of what was actually going on, thankfully. I didn't get any, like, real spoilers. I had no idea what it was for. The only real spoiler was the name of the quest giving a hint. Something about Manon. I knew she was in trouble, but that's all I knew. I think I hadn't even started NGS yet. The story mode anyway. Like, I hadn't actually started streaming the story. I was still finishing up PSO2 Classic, I think, when Pizza Maid did this quest. It was a very long time ago. Yeah, I remember her picking that one up.
We found tons of Luminosine. Thank you, everyone. I hope this will be enough. Let's go see Manon.
Got an extra. That's 6. With all their heart. Aww. The power of anime friendship. You just can't beat it, folks.
Son of a bitch.
Nice try, asshole.
You suck!
Right?
We've done all we can. Now it's up to Luminosine's effectiveness and Manon's own resilience.
Is everyone there?
Ilma.
Yeah.
So... Manon's photon levels are rising.
Yes!
Son
We
of
did
a
it!
bitch.
Come on.
It worked! Now it actually fits. There we go. Had to get that in there.
Bruh.
Manon. Manon.
I know.
Manon.
You're both here.
You should be lying down.
No, I'm fine. I'm so sorry.
That must just be like the interior of her outfit.
I've caused you all so much trouble again.
That is kind of her old hairstyle, isn't it?
Not at all. It was worth it.
Yeah, they switched her back to
What's
her old
wrong?
hairstyle.
Are you still hurting?
You still
When
feel
I
like you don't deserve it?
You should have just left me to die.
I knew it.
What? What are
called
you
it, didn't
even
I?
saying, Manon?
You wanted to die.
This world would be better off without me. I've caused so much pain and so much suffering.
Were you deliberately trying to destroy yourself?
I was. It was the only way I could think of. To make up for everything I've done. I thought about it a lot. And I decided that once I made things right, I could just fade away. Or so I had hoped.
Why? How could you be so incredibly stupid? Do you think that we'd want that? That we hate you? You're the only reason we could do any of this. You mean so much to all of us, to me. I've told you 1,000,000 times. Why don't you get it already?
But you're the only one who feels that way. I know what everyone else really thinks of me. They hate me.
Damn, I want to say both. That's not true. Everyone cares about you, man, and everyone pitched in.
What do you mean?
That's right. We all care about you. Everyone worked together to find the Menacine. So many different defenders. So many of your friends.
Even a what?
We gotta tell her everything.
Just look at this.
What is this?
This, right here, is proof of your character. Every single one of these people care about you.
But I'm a member of Resurgent Arcs. I was part of the experiment to restore Arcs to its former strength.
That isn't you.
Then what am I exactly?
They're both good, but this one's way more wholesome and affectionate. You're our Manon. The friend we've always known. Come on.
So, does that mean I have a place here?
Yeah, we don't hate you.
And you won't think of me as a traitor if I don't use my power?
Damn, again, they're both good. You don't need to use it as long as we're here. They're both good answer choices, though.
I was so scared.
Dying?
Hated by
Yeah.
everyone. I I was terrified.
Well, she was more afraid of that. Yeah. I get that. What?
Hey, Manon. I know that there are a few jerks out there who might not think so highly of you. But I think that will change if you just give it time. And we're always here to help, okay?
Let's tell everyone how you feel. Come clean. Communication is how things get better. Just tell them. And you're on the spot too. Dude, their instant reaction, it speaks volumes.
I want to thank all of you. After all the things I've done, I don't know how you could forgive me, but if you could find it in your hearts, I want to stay here.
Because I love Alpha. And I love all of you. So, I'm begging you. Please, let me stay by your side.
Holy shit, what's with the echo? Damn, dude, I'm a sucker for scenes like this. How could I not get choked up? Laughing and crying at the same time. Feels good, man. Feels good. Tears of joy. They're always nice. Yes?
I'm sorry to bother you.
You're not a bother.
Do you have some time to talk?
Of course.
Could you meet me at the watchtower? I'll be there.
Oh, what a beautiful ending that was. That like little series of events, that little mini story arc. Damn, dude, the moment I felt totally fine up until that moment when she first said, the moment she said the words, I thought or felt that this world would be better off without me. That's when I lost it. Like, that was the moment I first, like, I lost my composure and started tearing up. Because I think it triggered something in me. Because it's words that I used before. When I was very young. A long, long time ago. Crawford says, is there anything you would like to know more about? No, I'm good. I thought he was going to comment on the Manon situation. But no. But yeah, it's, yeah, I've been through that. Like, I don't think I could relate to Manon more than I could in that moment. That whole scene right there it became incredibly relatable to me at that point. Like everything from that point forward that she was saying, her insecurities, everything else. I mean, I still kind of go through it sometimes. specifically, not the, you know, not the earlier stuff about like, you know, the world would be better off without me. I was finally able to get past that thanks to Endwalker and FF14. That expansion storyline was like therapy for me in that sense, and it made me finally move past that. And the cathartic moment where I finally surpassed it can be seen at the end of that playthrough. That's on my VODs channel if anyone's curious. Like, yeah, you can see the moment that it really hit me at the very end, in like the final scenes of that. But the part about feeling like she doesn't know where she stands with people, being insecure about whether people actually like her or not, or maybe they secretly hate her, not knowing if they accept her or not, that is still something that I struggle with from time to time. So yeah, that part of that whole scene was definitely still hitting hard for me, which is why I was like letting out little tears of joy there, basically. I was like happy and sad at the same time, I guess, because like feeling what she was going through, knowing what that's like, having that sort of insecurity of, you know, feeling that way. You don't know if people secretly hate you or not. You're really wanted somewhere. That whole thing. I still go through that quite a bit. So I get it. Yeah. There's a lot of mixed emotions there. I could totally tell what she was going through, and so yeah. And it just looks like I was smiling, but, and like, you know, sort of, I don't know how much it shows on camera. For me, you know, I feel it here in my throat, and I'm like letting it out quite a bit in my breaths, but my breaths are really quiet, so the mic probably just doesn't pick it up. But it's just like, I can only describe it as like crying and laughing at the same time during scenes like that. When I get that sort of mixture of emotions that I got right there, it's just like, yeah, crying and laughing at the same time is the best way I can describe it. Because you're like happy and sad at the same time for what's happening. It's such an emotional, there's so much emotional turmoil there. We've seen her before, right? She was with Aina. Is that the same chick that was fangirling over Aina? I think it was. Look how different her hair texture and everything is. More modern
Thank you
hair.
for coming.
Of course. What's up? Excuse me? And again. How goes the recovery?
I'm
like your hair's
feeling
pointy again.
much better. That defender just now used to visit me at the medical bay. Well, at the time I was so inside of my own shell that I wasn't really able to listen to her. But now, I feel like we have a real bond.
Aw, you're making friends. Real friends. Well, it's because you let everyone know how you felt.
My face gets hot whenever I think about it.
She's blushing.
She was teasing me about that little emotional outburst I had, too.
Of course you did. You always try to act so professional. Aw, I want to say I can't blame her, but no, I like this one better. But we like that man. I had to take a screenshot of her reaction.
But you have a point. I never would have done something like that myself. I guess being here really has changed me.
This is too wholesome and sweet, man.
I'd like to ask you for a favor.
What's up? What is it?
Well, I spent my whole life in that bizarre Resurgent Arcs environment. So I might still make some mistakes from time to time. Could you correct me when I do?
Sure, but what kind
You
of
and
mistakes?
Aina. Well, just you would be best. What do you think?
Wholesome moments. I gotta document them. Of course. We're in this together.
Thank you.
Aww. I wonder if that would... How would that look if your character was like super short though? Her leaning her head in like that towards you. I wonder if that scene's slightly modified depending on your character's height. So you can make some characters that are enormous or really fucking small. You know? I know some of FF14's cutscenes are slightly modified depending on, or very modified depending on the height of your character, because there's dramatic height differences for your character types there too. One day I definitely gotta watch all the cutscenes of FF14 with a Lalafell character. That would be quite something. You know what I mean? I gotta see that. Maybe, you know what? I'll just watch Jesse Cox's playthrough. I don't think he documented his entire FF14 journey. I didn't either. Like, I know I have the entire playthrough of FF14 up on my VOD channel now, but I didn't document my first playthrough, you know? I only documented my first actual, like, didn't know what was gonna happen playthrough, starting from Shadowbringers onward. But when I was playing through Realm Reborn, Heavensward, and Stormblood, I hadn't really decided if this was a game I was gonna like, if it was a game I was gonna like enough to stream it. And I hadn't really decided to be even a part-time streamer yet back then either, so... Ironically, it was my ex that I've talked about who gave me the idea to stream Shadowbringers when I first reached it. She wanted me to do a blind... Like a stream of my very first, like, blind playthrough, basically, of Shadowbringers. And I'm glad she did. I'm glad she did tell me to do that, because, I would have regretted it if I didn't, honestly. That was... The Shadowbringers and Endwalker were absolutely incredible. My two favorite expansions, for sure.
Excuse me! Are you the one who defeated Dark Falls with Instructor Aina?
Maybe. And you are?
Oh, excuse me. My name is Riku. We're Instructor Aina's new trainees. This here is Ruka.
Oh shit!
Hello!
It's Ruka!
It's an honor to meet you. I'm a huge fan of yours. People like you are the whole reason I decided to enlist in the first place.
Tone it down, Recall. You're coming a little strong.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Come on! This is one of my heroes.
Please excuse him, but it's true that you are a hero to a lot of people. And it's an honor to learn from Instructor Aina, too.
Is she doing a good job?
Of course she is.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, shit.
Excuse you?
You bastard! I'm just saying.
Spit it out.
Well,
You son of a bitch!
Instructor Aina is super nice. She's a really good person. But her teaching style is unique. Unusual, even. Sometimes I can't follow what she's saying.
I was a little lost at first, too, but she's been a lot easier to follow lately, hasn't she?
Hey, remember that Trainia test a while back? The way I did it was better than the way she taught us, right?
That was just coincidence.
But that's not the only example.
Well...
I'm just saying, let's learn the basics from her and then figure out things ourselves.
Well, I did learn on my own too, but don't give up on listening to Aina. Give her a chance.
If you say so, I guess.
Instructor Aina is always saying we should try to think of our own way to do stuff. But I don't think she means we shouldn't listen to anyone else.
Exactly.
I know, but...
There's a compromise there.
I'm sorry we even bothered you with any of our nonsense. Pretend we were never here. Come on, Recall.
Wait! I'm not done!
Dude. Now we got we're starting our own story arc. Guardian Patrol mission. Leon visits Central Aleo while traveling around Halpha as its guardian. Head to the Aleo town ruins. I guess we just kind of... As soon as the thing with Manon wrapped up, I didn't even realize the next quest marker was basically just starting a new arc at that point. We just... kind of... It just... okay. So, I was gonna say, you know... It was abrupt, but not really. The storytelling's getting better, finally. Ever since we started version 2, the start of chapter 6, they actually did learn to kind of slow it down and tell the story more properly. Finally. It's already a way better than it was than the first half of the story, the version 1 story basically. Chapter 1 through 5. Chapter 6 is already much better. This is something I forgot to comment on when we wrapped things up with Manon because I was more caught up in the emotions and the character development, right? But now that I remembered, yeah, it's a lot better. Things have gotten, just so I don't get attacked by anything. Yeah, the storytelling has gotten a lot better. The pacing in particular is what I'm talking about. The pacing, yeah, the pacing has improved dramatically. They're actually starting to slow down the cutscenes and really tell the story and let you process things with an appropriate pace. The missions and quests, the tasks I guess I should say, and the objectives are still a little all over the place, like what just happened right now, where we just kind of went from one thing to the next. And it's still, you know, there's still a little bit of that feeling of randomness, where like it just suddenly feels like the story goes in a new direction out of nowhere. But it's not as bad anymore. They definitely fixed it a lot more. Like, I guess what I'm saying is the thing with Ilma. That was such a, like, it's almost like the Ilma assignments were filler in between the build-up of what was going to happen to Manon. Like, they were telling us these things, they were showing us these scenes of Manon talking about, you know, how she's helping the research team, and other people talking about Manon and how useful she's being at helping the research team, but also how she's really overexerting herself with her power. Like, there was some nice slow build-up, but some of that slow build-up was also busy work, as I like to call it, that they kind of forced in there with Ilma's random ass assignments telling us to go do this and that, and even a few other ones, like when Nadara asked us for help to go kill some Starlists over here and over there. Like, those were clearly filler tasks, just to kind of flesh out the length of that story arc, basically. So there is still, you know, it still has its flaws. There's still some issues there because they, you know, they feel the need to bloat up the story with menial side tasks like that, you know, forcing you to do menial side things like that. But at least in between, you could look at it the other way around. The menial side tasks were just in between the main story arc developments of Manon eventually ending up burned out, so to speak, like they were hinting at, because of using her power too much. So, I can't believe I called that shit, though, that she was actually trying to... I mean, I guess they did make it pretty obvious, though, that she was trying to basically kill herself by doing that. She felt like that was the best way to atone because she thought everyone secretly hated her and all that. Yeah, it was kind of obvious. It wasn't really like a I called it kind of moment. I guess it was, you know, it was probably pretty obvious. But yeah, again, that just brings me back to the emotional aspect of it. Like, that's what really got me, was the part that she said she thought the world would be better off without her, because I remember saying that to myself a few times as a kid. I'd kind of forgotten about that a little bit too. She like awoke old memories that I had kind of suppressed a little bit, I guess. It's not a bad thing though. They're not like... Well, I guess only now, in hindsight, they're not too traumatic, but they were probably pretty traumatic to me back then. You know, when it first happened. I mean, people don't usually say something like that lightly, right? I guess only now I can look back and not feel as bad, I guess, because I've gotten past it. Because I don't feel that way anymore, but I think it was something that definitely did weigh on me a lot. Hence what I said about, you know, Endwalker being like therapy for me because of that. But anyway, yeah. So the storytelling is getting better. That was what I wanted to say. The storytelling is getting better. They've slowed down the pacing a little bit, enough that you can actually take the time to kind of invest in the characters a little bit more. And it feels nice. I think everything in version 1, the first half of the game basically, the first 2 years of this game's service was version 1, was like, this was all there was when it launched. Then 6 months later they added Retem, then 6 months later they added Kavaris, then another 6 months later they added this. And then I think like 4 to 5 months later they added Lucille in the chapter 5 ending with Zephetto and everything. And then chapter 6 was 2 months after that with the launch of version 2. But yeah, starting from version 2 onward, or sorry, what I wanted to say was chapter 1 through 5, it felt like they were mostly just focused on... They were probably just pouring more resources into finishing the map, essentially. Like, this is all there was for 6 months, and then they released Retem, and then the other ones... Like, the fact that all these regions were separated by 6 months, I feel like it's like, yeah, this whole map was basically unfinished, and they were still putting the finishing touches on all these regions in that order. And so they were just pouring more resources and money into that. So the storyline and the cutscenes were just... They were just an afterthought. You know, they didn't matter at the time. But now that they're done developing the whole map, now it seems like they're actually focusing on a little bit more on the story. Or at least the storytelling. You know, the pacing of it and everything is improving, so... It's nice. It's good to see that. So I'm starting to like it a little bit more now. Definitely getting better. Wait, isn't there a mag here? Oh, no, I was thinking of that one. Okay. Let's go to this one. Alright, we'll wrap up this quest and then I'll sign off because I just realized it's been an hour and a half, so... See, I got into it enough that I didn't even realize how long I'd been streaming and that it's time for me to wrap up, you know? Because I gotta go to bed. I didn't even realize that. Because the storytelling is getting better. I'm getting more invested in it. Yeah, version 1 just kind of felt like we were just getting a tour of Halpha. With just like a little bit of rushed lore and storytelling, but it was mostly just like a tour of the whole area. You know, seeing what it was like. And that's kind of it. Feels better now.
Did you come here to visit my dad?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
sure he appreciates it.
3. There. Is something wrong?
Well, kinda.
What's up?
It's starting to dawn on me that teaching isn't as easy as it looks.
I thought you already knew that.
I've been reading the training manual a lot lately, and I'm slowly trying to zero in on my own style. I also talked to Mary about how Lysis taught them. I tried catering to my trainees' strengths and weaknesses, but when I told them to try and see what works for them, one got a little carried away. And now he's hardly listening to me at all.
I think I met him.
I'm not very good at being strict, but the light touch isn't working either. Back to the drawing board, I guess.
I don't
Thanks
envy
for
you.
listening. It helps.
Of course I
Well,
know.
I better get going. We're all going to Retem soon for some scout training in a little while. It'll be a long trip, hopefully we can all get on the same page before we head out. I hope I come up with something by then. See you later.
Anytime, hon. Anytime. I'm always here to listen. Nara says, may I have a moment of your time? Lately, extremely powerful enemies have been appearing in every Retem region. And our forces are having a hard time dealing with them. Would you lend us your strength once more? I would be most grateful. Well, there's no threats here. This is wild animals. Alright, I suppose so. Nadara's suppression request. This is actually aggroing, I don't know why. He's like, fuck this dude. I guess some teams can be a little aggressive even if you don't attack them. Well, that's the start of a new quest, right? Yeah, Nadara's suppression request. Defeat a boss enemy in Retem combat sectors. Target sectors Retem Al Nelth, a quad lower level. Right on. Well, that'll be for next stream. It's another mini grind, but I doubt it's as annoying as that other one because nobody talked about this one when I was looking at, you know, Ilma's request or whatever. Everybody was acting like that was the only one that was bad because of how vaguely worded it was. I bet it's probably because since it's the first one that's like that. So this one you could say the wording is also vague, but not really. It's a little bit more direct. It says defeat a boss enemy. The problem with Ilma's quest is the fact that it said defeat the doll's boss. Like it was referring to a specific one. It just didn't tell you which one it was. If it was just worded like this, I would have finished it within moments without having to have looked up anything. Because now we only knew after the fact when I tried it that you can do it on any rank as long as you kill a doll's boss enemy that can appear at the end of like a PSE burst or a trial. Because once we went to rank 10, the lowest level enemies, we did it. We completed it like that. So yeah, it's just the wording. The wording of that quest is what threw everyone off, including me. So this one's basically the same quest, but it's worded better, so probably didn't cause anybody any problems. Oof, alright, well, that's it. I'm going to bed, so we'll leave it at that. Hour and a half. That's a good stream length. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, though. Yeah, I'm done for now, so as always, thank y'all very much for watching. I appreciate the support across Twitch and YouTube and wherever else I end up. As always, please do take care of yourselves, stay safe and don't die. And until next time, I hope y'all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Peace. Take it easy, everyone. Bye. Have a great time.
You son of a bitch.